All right, coming up in today's video, we finally made it. We're doing the recap of the Toronto real estate market, what happened in 2018. You don't want to miss it. Coming up next. All right, Michael Jacobzak here. Welcome to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, as always, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button for more great market recaps and information on the Toronto real estate market. Now, I just want to start off by saying, well, for one, Happy New Year for everyone. And two, just want to thank everyone that's been watching along the way. All your comments, likes, and all that. The discussion's been great. We're getting some momentum, so I encourage you to keep doing it because it does, gives me some fuel to the fire to keep going, and as well as, to write different or have different opinions on different things. So keep it up. Like I said, hoping 2019 is an even stronger year for us. And like I said, I do appreciate all the positive feedback and the negative feedback. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me. It's all discussion. So thank you so much. But getting into it, the recap of what happened in 2018. Now, we're going to cover sales. We're going to cover a few major key points of what kind of happened this year. Starting off with sales, totaled 77,426, which was a 16.1% drop from last year. Bringing up the last few years here in sales, as you can see, I went back to 2013, but it goes even further. Just to show you, 77,000 sales, in my opinion, extremely low, too low. I like to see the sales are in around 90 to 95,000. When we peaked in 2016, I thought that was too extreme and unsustainable if everyone's assuming we're going to keep hitting those numbers. But if you look at the last few years here, around 90, give or take, to me is a great number to be in and around. All right, before we jump into average price, we saw new listings hit 155,823. Now, I went as far back until this number was lower, and that was all the way to 2011. So to me, like I said, there's another number that it should be trending more higher. The fact that it's going down is there's not a lot of confidence, obviously, in sellers, or that one, they're looking, like I said, we've been talking about a gap in the market in terms of where people should move to if once their kids have moved out. They have much bigger homes that they need, and they don't really have too much options out there, and for that reason, they're staying put. So that kind of backs this number being, lower than it should be, in my opinion, which is causing the fact that new listings are not, increasing. It's making a lot more buyers that are in, the non-detached market with low inventory in the semi-townhouses and condos, very hard and frustrating for those because the inventory is just not there. Now, obviously, you go further out, inventory is a little bit more different, but in the city itself, Toronto, very competitive. When we've seen this throughout the year, whether it be in the springtime, summer, or winter, inventory is very, very low. Like I said, it's causing prices to continue to rise. Now, talking about the big number, the sales average price, we hit $787,300, which was down on a year-over-year basis, 4.3%. Now, instead of looking at this number, this number is kind of confusing when you look at it, depending on where, or what you're trying to do in terms of the market. When you look at the home type breaking down, detached this year was down 4.4%. As we went further out into the market, this number obviously drops higher. In terms of the city of Toronto, did quite well, but when we look at semi-detached townhouses and condos, they all were in the green. To break those numbers down, 3.2 on the semi-detached, 5.3 for townhouses, and 9.9 in the condo market, which continues obviously to thrive due to the fact that low inventory all around, and as more and more restrictions, interest rates continue to go up, more people are getting kicked out of the market, and for that reason, they're having to get into the lower price points, which moving forward, I see these numbers, continue to obviously be in the green. Detached market, until that starts coming down. See, the problem I really look at is the detached market needs to come further enough down so that at some point these other types of homes, people start looking to move up. The problem is, as interest rates continue to increase, which we are expecting that next year, it's just more and more people are getting kicked further down. So you really need a nice correction to happen, or interest rates not to go up, in order to let these numbers to continue to thrive. When we compare it to 2017, detached market, you saw negative there for minus 2.5. Semi, town, and condo, again, we're in the green. Semi 6.7%, town just 0.7%, and condo thrived again at 14.4%. Taken away from the positive side of what's kind of happened is on the second half of the season, or this year, we saw an improvement on sales and pricing. So hopefully moving forward, this continues to a more positive 2019, because I do feel going into 2019, depending on what happens with the interest rates, it's going to be very interesting, because I really do think that this year might replay itself again next year, just because of what is anticipated moving forward with interest rates coming up. But again, nice to see that sales and pricing on the second half of the season kind of improved. Whether or not this has any merit, we'll find out. But very interesting overall. A little slower than we thought, but I think this is kind of anticipated of what coming from such a spike a few years ago. So we'll see what happens, what plays out in the next couple months here. Like, comment, share, guys. I hope to catch you on the next one, and take care.